Hello everybody and welcome back to the Powerhouse server. As always, my name is Tony, and today we're going to be working on the base that we started, I believe it was a few days ago. So this is the final product for this part of it as of now. Let me turn back into bat form real quick, I'll show you around. So for our path we have gravel and we have path blocks, which are made very simply by cobblestone and stone put together. Shapeless crafting, so that adds a nice little texture difference to the area. As you can see here, I believe it's 20 right now essence berry bushes, and my goal is going to be to put those all the way around. So you will be seeing those more and more as the series goes on. If you come inside here, we have the interior. We got the symbol that I made. It's easier to see from up top. Let me fly up quick. So this is a little pixely for the Powerhouse that I made. It's just like, it took a good hour to figure out like the perfect ratio for everything, but as you can see, this black outline right here is the outline of a house, and the glowstone is a lightning bolt, so for power, and the house for the house, of course. I've got these sentry turrets here. They're technically considered oracle turrets, but for some reason, for some reason, every time you put them down and they start playing their little song, it doesn't, play. So I don't know what's wrong with that. It might be a bug right now in the air, or yeah, with the mod, that it doesn't play any music. And I have even tried it. I have my music off right now, but I have tried it with the music on at 100%, and there's still nothing. All my stuff mining from my little mine shaft over there. I showed you guys that before. This thing right here, though, we were out exploring and we found a stronghold just mining over by Bimmy's house. So I ended up taking the silverfish spawner, not knowing if I'm ever going to use it. And the only way to stop a silverfish spawner from spawning is to cover it in cobblestone. I put lights everywhere and it didn't seem to work. So next best thing was just covered in cobblestone. So I'll find a place for that eventually, so it's not as ugly in the open. But anyways, oh yeah, the other thing too is we went to the, let's fly over there right now. We went to the Promised Lands. We went out and we got all the stuff for it, and we spawned in the portal over this way in spawn. We actually were trying to spawn it like right here, but it ended up going right above the nether portal, cutting off the beacon. So instead of moving the beacon, I figured the next easiest thing to do would just be cut a hole right through it. So that's what I did. And Promised Lands portal, which we'll probably go exploring a little bit some other time. Yeah, the chest over here. This is pretty much, I don't need any of this other stuff right now. There's just a few scrappy things. Actually, take that. Didn't catch that before. That'll be useful for collecting the rest of the stuff. But yeah, this is just random leftovers. I'll probably come back some other time and get it. I'll actually take that crucible right now. And we'll just toss this in the chest right here. As you can see right there, it says, oops, it says the Turret Wife Serenade at the very bottom. But it actually doesn't play any music when that happens. Alright, so like I was saying before, for today we're going to be getting a power source going for our base. So if you can see in here, we have fueled boiler boxes. So if you guys can figure that out, we're going to make a high pressure steam boiler tank. And to start off, we're going to power it with, I believe we're going to do some saplings and stuff. So we're going to need a squeezer, which I still haven't made yet. The past few days have been very hectic with a lot of people coming over for the holidays and, family stuff. And the other thing about it was trying to get all the steel made. That was quite a pain, trying to get all the coal and all the steel. But if we come downstairs, I can show you. We have quite a bit of creosote oil, which is, I was originally trying to think of a use for it, and I was just, thinking the only thing that would be used for is just a fuel source. But then I looked, and I found out, oh, I cannot type. I found out that you can use creosote oil to make, where is it? Oh, it's not in the bottle, or it is carpenter. Impregnated sticks and impregnated casings. So I'm planning on doing a lot of bee stuff in the upcoming episodes, but I'll probably do that on the side because bees are very boring to watch someone do, but I'll keep you guys updated. But here's all the bees that I currently have, just from exploring and carrying a scoop with me and stuff. I've done a lot of bees in the past on past versions and stuff, but I had no clue that creosote oil could be used to make impregnated casing and all that unimpregnated stuff. So that's actually a good thing for us that we have this creosote oil. We have the coke oven and the blast furnace, self-explanatory for the coal, coke, and the steel. We have item ducts over here, fluid ducts over here. But I believe we're going to be, let's see. So we're going to need a thermionic fabricator to make the farm blocks, because we're going to be using saplings for we're going to do biofuel and turn that into ethanol. So we're going to need, all the saplings are in here. Yep, all the saplings, and we got leaves and stuff that we can also squeeze out. All those are from the sacred sapling, or the sacred oak sapling that we cut down the other episode. So that's where I got all those saplings. Wasn't cheated in at all, don't worry. So thermionic fabricator, electrical engine, bat box, and we're going to use a generator to start off with. So with the generator, we're going to be putting in a lot of logs that we have. And if you guys didn't know, you can actually put in a plank and it comes out with the same amount of power as a log. So let's actually grab my tool. We're going to need this eventually, so good to have it out now. But yeah, as I was saying, you're going to be using, oh, where's my wrench? I might not have a wrench for this one yet. Sorry guys, I'm getting off topic again. We're going to be using planks instead of logs because a log and a plank give off the same amount of energy inside of a generator. So if you take a log and you turn it into planks, you'll be getting 4 times the amount of power as you would if you were just using a regular, a log. So I'm going to have to go make a wrench real quick for the forestry, I believe, is electrical engines. I'm not quite sure on all the mods. I just know that the engine makes EU into MJs. So let's see, wrench. Now, let's see where this is. I'm going to need an Omni wrench eventually because this is kind of like an all-around thing. And that takes fluxed electrum nuggets. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that a little bit later. So let's see. Build craft, industrial craft. Here we go, forestry wrench. So we need bronze. That shouldn't be too hard to make. Oh, wait a second. Let's take stuff out of here. Yeah, we have some bronze right now. So let's get 5 bronze ingots and make a forestry wrench. Actually, we're only going to need 4. There we go. And we'll just toss this back in there. So yeah, the other thing, I took the time to organize a lot of the stuff. Most of the chests are not totally done, but I have some bee stuff in here. All the bees. I've got Thaumcraft stuff. I did not realize how much shards and essence I had in here, and 5 Thaumonomicons and stuff. That's just nothing. Yeah, and the rest of it's pretty much all random stuff. Except for this. This is mostly where I have all my saplings and logs at. But anyways, let's get back to making this. Well, I guess that's not how it wants to go. Alright, well let's put down thermionic fabricator right here and then put the engine down. Yeah, that's just an easy fix right there. So with the bat box, we are just going to need to get some logs in the generator, and that's going to go in the bat box. That'll power that electrical engine, which will then get the thermionic fabricator running, and then we can make the stuff to make farm blocks, which we're going to be making it out of stone. So we're going to need 10 electron tubes, which is, 5 tin, 2 redstone, and then glass over here. So I'll probably get that stuff set up, and once we get running, we will be back and to make the farm blocks. See you guys in a bit. Hey guys, we're back. I'm just picking up the rest of the stuff that we need, and we're going to head over right now to get our farm going. I dug a little spot right here and kind of cleared out a small area. And I got all the farm blocks made, got all the hatches and the valves and the gearboxes, so we should be set. So let's see, actually, I'll just put a piece of stone down, get this started. So what we want to do is we want to leave the block above it open, and that way I have to go grab stone bricks, but we'll be putting that out around, and that's what the dirt's going to be placed on for the trees to grow, or the humus, I guess, because it's going to be made into humus with the fertilizer and the dirt, and that will turn into sand. So let's get this all placed down. On the bottom here, we need to put one more layer, and let's see. So for the gearbox, this is where the power is going to come into. So we want this to be somewhat near this side. We're going to put it here so I have 2 spots to put power in if necessary. The valve is for the water, so we're going to place that right there. And let's move this torch out of the way real quick. So for water, we're going to use these buckets, and let's see. We're going to make an infinite source right here, and then we're going to use a liquid transfer node right here. Let's actually grab this water again, just cause. And that's not what we wanted. Let's get some stone again, place it down. So we want that to be right there, and when we break this, we can see that this is full of water right here. So it's currently holding lots of buckets of water. I believe it goes up to 10,000 or 8,000, my bad. And we'll just use transfer pipes, and this will transfer the water up into the farm valve. Now it's not made yet, so it's not going to actually pump water in, as you can see right here. But after we finish up putting down this other farm blocks, it should be good. And for the hatch, we're going to place that right there. And that's where the items are going to come in and out. So as you can see right here, it's now filling up with water from the transfer node. That's going to fill back up. So that'll keep it constantly full of water. So we're going to look over here. That's just some other things for different farms. Trees don't have a problem of growing in any temperature or humidity, so we should be fine there. I'm the owner, access rules, it should be fine. So what we're going to do is we have fertilizer right here, and we have some transfer nodes. So what we're going to do, we might need to make one or two transfer nodes more, but that's gonna come from the barrels over here through the back, and it's going to get accessed right here. So actually, oops, we don't want that. We're gonna actually put 2 of these on here to help get items out, just in case. Actually, we'll need 1 out of there because we need the pipe to transfer stuff in, mainly the dirt, which, let's see. I'm sure once we get this set up, it'll connect. Anyways, let's move this out of here, and let's go put a transfer node on top of the dirt right here. So by putting this here, we can put pipe through the back like so. And this is going to come, break that out of the way. And we're going to hook this up to that. And also that's going to hook up right there. I'm not sure why that's not connecting right now though. That might be a problem. We might have to switch over to pipes, or eventually once we get this power source going, we're going to do applied energistics, which I know for sure that works. But if we put fertilizer in here, and let's just go grab some stuff and get this started. Let's dig our way back quick. And oops. Yeah, let's actually throw it on our portal. I left one portal over there. Oh, there, that'll be easier to get back and forth now. So 6 stacks of dirt come through, and we'll throw this up in here. Now it's not going to do anything yet because we haven't put power to it, or we haven't put any stone bricks up top. So let's do that. We have those barrels set aside. Let's go grab some saplings and throw them in there now. And right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks. We'll get that over there. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And down here is where the sand is going to be. So we'll have the thing down there pull out sand, and that'll send it back to that barrel that we have down there for sand. Let's see, fertilizer, we don't need any more of that for now. Power, actually. So right now we're running off of the generator, and we have a little storage set up for the power. We have the bat box, which is the first one, and then we have the CESU. So this is almost filled up, and the bat box is pretty much empty. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn all this into spruce like that. As I said earlier, one plank burns for the same amount as a log, so it's more efficient to put in the planks like so. So that'll get going. The bat box is going to fill up after this gets filled up. And we have a low voltage transformer here because I didn't know if the farm would take 128. So just to be safe, we're going to run it off of the low voltage. So let's get the power running back. Oh, I don't know why that's not connecting either. I wonder if... Oh, let's do an engine just to be safe. I'm pretty sure it needs an engine actually. So let's do that. We'll cut this out. And let's see. We could probably run the pipe back through this. So let's break this. We need to go over a couple more right here. So I'll probably have to go make some more cables real quick. And let's bring this up. Actually, let's go straight over. And this should be fine for now. Like I said, it can be adjusted in the future. And 1, 2, 3 more cables. We'll adjust this in the future for what we need it for. And then it'll be upgraded. And once we get that steam power going, really, that's all we're going to need. So let's see. So our friend Darstrom came over and he gave us a belated Christmas present. As you can see, we got iron, some copper, silver, tin, gold. So that's really helpful. I was actually running out of tin, then he came over and gave me that stuff, so that's always nice to have. I actually don't know why I made tin, because we need copper. Oops. So let's make that back into a block quick. Easy storage. Let's get a few pieces just in case, because you never know. Actually, I think I have... Let's see, where's my bag at? A black bag. Yeah, we actually have 12 right here. And we have rubber up here also. So let's grab this. And yeah, so let's just grab this back into blocks real quick. And yeah, wires. Cool. So let's go back. We have some extra wires now, but that's fine because you never know when you're going to have a use for wires. So connect that up. No explosion. Good. It's always nice. I think the lever I left back. Where is that at? Alright, let's just go make another one quick. So let's get a piece of that. Pretty sure, yep, here's a stick right here. And make a lever for that engine. And hopefully that will not burn out too much power. I'm just going to have to make sure to keep that generator stocked until we get the steam power going. Or until we get a nice buildup of saplings. So what the plan is right now is we want this power to keep the farm going long enough that we can get steam power, and once the farm gets going, we want the saplings to turn into biofuel, which will then refine into ethanol. So once we get ethanol, then we can use that to power the steam boiler, which then, is a never-ending cycle. So the farm is going to power up the steam boiler. Let's see. So we have filter pipes just in case we need to do some other stuff. And where are the stone bricks at? I could have swore I just had them in here. Here they are. We got some right here. Cool. So this is a 3x3x4. So it's not the biggest that it could possibly be, but it's big enough for what we want. So I'm not sure exactly the dimensions for this one, but we can just kind of do this for now. I'll probably put it out 4 actually, just to be safe. We have the room for it also, so let's see. Yeah, that'll be 4. One more over here. One more over here. And yeah, 4. So then we'll just kind of go like this and make the circle. At least I'm pretty sure this is what I remember. I'm not entirely sure if this is right or not, but I could be corrected in the future. So now that we have this, we have the saplings in here, we have the water, we have the fertilizer, and we have the dirt. We can go down and let's see, the portal is purple. Yeah, let's just toss it right here. Oops. All right, we can go down and turn this on, and if we did this right, this should, oh, we got some spikes going. There we are. We have hummus getting put down. Awesome. So once this gets going, we'll make sure that the items are going through correctly, and after that, we can start hooking up the steam boiler. Oops. Oh, dang. Yeah, let's get rid of this stuff right here so we don't have to deal with that every single time. So yeah, once this gets set up, we'll make sure that the items are coming back out. We'll make sure that this works, and we'll get up the biogenerator so we can get that steam power going. And we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, we have got it running now. As you can see, the trees are being put in, along with the hummus and all that other stuff. It was a little difficult for It was pretty difficult. I had to go grab a few other pipes and stuff, and actually I couldn't figure out why the saplings were not coming to the barrel, and I realized that the apple oak saplings that the farm gives off are different than the regular saplings. So after I got that switched, they started pouring in really nicely. We have no sand yet, and the wood's coming in. We got the apples, and the dirt is getting pulled out. So if we come on back here, I can show you guys. We're getting the power, the power's holding up pretty well. Oh, it's the low voltage transformer. CSU is not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. And this right here is hardly even burning fuel. Also, put a hopper with a barrel up here. So once this stuff burns out down here, let's actually switch that around. We can toss this up in that again. So once this starts burning, then power will come through. If we come back here, so this is my masterpiece. This right here is controlling the farm. which as you can see, the sapling just got pulled out. This chest right here is getting brought to by the barrel over there. So if that gets low on dirt, then we just throw a bunch of dirt in there. And that'll get shot into here, which then is brought up by the retrieval node. This is what I was missing before. I couldn't figure out why the pipe wasn't connecting. Well, you needed a retrieval node, and that just pulls the dirt in, as you can see right here. So every time this dirt goes away, it'll pull more dirt in. Saplings right now, if we take a quick look, yep, there it goes. It just sent off to the barrel that way. And we have nothing in the other three. So before I was having problems with backups in the farm because these weren't sending off fast enough. So I ended up just getting another farm hatch right here. And now it's just easily making its way that way. Also with this wrench, just to make sure that these transfer nodes aren't sending to this chest. You can see these lines right here. This means that it'll only go in this direction. So if we were to switch it, you can see that it switches like that, and that means that it's not going to send anywhere over in this spot. So let's switch that back quick. There we go. So yeah, this is the farm. Now the transfer node for the liquids is taking water and it's pumping it up here. I have nothing for the fertilizer now. We could probably put a retrieval node right here, but that requires emeralds and more nodes. So when the time comes for the more fertilizer to be put in, I'll probably just insert it from the top. Because once we get a good power source going, once we get a lot of saplings and stuff melted down into biofuel, we'll be getting the steam generator going, and we should be good from there on. So now we need to get biofuel generator. That's not the one, I don't think. I just look up generator quick. Semi-fluid biofuel, the biogenerator. Here we go. So we need a sturdy casing, which is 8 bronze like that. Gold and glass. We have all that stuff. So let's head up real quick, and we can, oops, grab stuff out of our pouch. Not the white backpack. Here we go. So we have bronze right here. 8. It's 9. 2 gold, and we have the glass on ourself right now. So let's get the bronze, sturdy casing, the glass, and yeah, we're gonna need more gold. Oops. So 5. Let's break down one of these blocks. As I said before, Darstrom was very nice and gave us that present. So here we go, biogenerator. So if we look for the recipes for, oh, never mind. If we look up biofuel, and here, what's that called? Okay, let's just start with saplings. So saplings, of course, can be used. Where is it? Here we go. Nope. Fermenter. So okay, so we need to get a fermenter, and it makes biomass. And from biomass, it's going to be turned in our refinery into ethanol, which is what we're going to be using for the steam boiler. So accidentally made a biogenerator. An accident. We need a, oh no, I'm totally blanking again. Oops. The fermenter. So let's look up fermenter quick. So forestry, bronze, sturdy casing again, and bronze gear. So we're going to need to make more bronze, which is copper and tin. So let's actually get 3 for the 1. We'll have plenty of bronze now. Go like this. There, bronze. Tons of it. Good stuff. For the gear, we need a stone gear. So we're going to need to make sturdy casing. And then we're going to need to grab some wood. I believe I have some stuff in here somewhere. We don't want to use that silver wood. Yeah, let's use this for... So I'll grab some sticks. Make 4 of these wooden gears. And then we're going to put... Oh, my bad. Let's get the stone first. and then we do the bronze. There we go. So let's grab all that and start a casing in the middle, bronze like that, and a glass. And I'm assuming this, oh, that's a problem. Oops, my bad. There we go, fermenter. So the fermenter we can put down, this is going to need megajoules. So we're going to actually need to get another engine. Probably a couple more electrical engines. We have one back here that's powering the farm. Still going good, so that's good. Just wanted to check. That actually, let's take this portal back. It makes more sense. And before we start on that, let's just go through and clean this up a little bit. Let's just cover that. Actually gonna need one more block. So, because I'm kind of lazy right now, I don't want to go grab another one. That should be good. Yeah, you can hardly tell. Cool. Let's see. So we have redstone energy, which that's for buildcraft, because I said, or maybe I didn't, but I tried doing buildcraft because of the sapling problem, but that's all fixed now. So let's see, we need a fermenter. Let's clear this portal real quick, or just send it somewhere else. Throw it over there. So we're going to be needing power off of this, and that'll come into some electrical engines. So let's actually dig down. Well, let's figure out where we want to put this. Let's get some cobble out. We can lay this out. So if we put, so we're going to want wire back here for sure. So let's grab some of that. Wire coming like this. We can then put, oh, that's not good either. Yeah, let's dig down. We'll come underneath like so. So we'll have wire coming underneath. And this is all temporary, like I said, because we're going to be getting the steam boiler. And this is just to get the steam boiler going. Let's go one more. And then we can put this down. Let's put it right here. And then we can get the electrical engines, which I believe are 10, right? Yep, 10 and 3 pistons. So let's go grab some of those quick. And it's raining. Great. Oh, redstone's in here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. 3, 3. We have some cobblestone, cool. So 3 of that, 3 of that, 3, 3, and we have to make some wood. Alright, and let's do that. 3, cool. So we got that. We need to get more tin, which is in this pouch. I keep forgetting that I have the pouches in my hands and not in my backpack. So that should be plenty. Actually, tin gear around stone gear. All right, so we're gonna need more of these. Let's see, like this. That's 4. We're gonna need 2 more. Oh, not logs. We want these, and turn that into that. There we go. And with this, we need the cobblestone, which we're gonna need a little bit more. So let's just grab a couple stacks just in case. Like that. And the tin we're going to need more of, so let's just grab some right now. Cool. So this needs to come across 3 times. That gets split in half. There's 3 there, and 3 pieces of glass. And we have 3 electrical engines. Let's move that. I believe I have levers. Maybe not. Alright, let's just make some of those real quick then. Okay, let's go back now. And we'll get that fermenter going, and then we can hook up some pipes and make sure that this thing runs properly. So, like so. Let's just put a block here just because, yeah. And then we'll get the power rolling. So this is probably going to eat up quite a bit of power, but each of these is going to give off. Let's get that out of our face. It's giving off 2 megajoules per tick. So in total, this is going to get 6 megajoules per tick. And we need, let's keep it up pretty well. Yeah, it's just feeding in. Ooh, actually, the bat box. All right, so let's turn these off for now. Once we get the, once we get saplings in here and we get that steam boiler going, it shouldn't be a problem. So let's grab a stack and throw it in here. And this is also going to need fertilizer. So let's grab some of this right in there. All right, usage. What's not right here? Fertilizer. Oh, we need water, of course. And are my buckets in here? Yep. So let's get this. Oh, I guess the buckets are going in. All right, well, that's going to start making the biomass. And once that gets going, we should have the first part of our steam engine being made, which will probably be carrying on to the next episode because we're running out of time right now. So thank you guys for watching, and this is part 1 of our steam power and base energy. All right, guys, see you next time.